This show is part of the HeadStuff podcast network.
Whoa. Welcome back to Young Hot Guys!
Honk. School's back forever.
Back to school and back to podcasting. The Young Hot Guys are taking on a new challenge by doing a podcast again. I don't know.
Whoa.
They're attractive. Very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my. Is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.
Well, folks, before we head into the podcast treats from our heroes, our intrepid heroes, we need to take a quick moment to thank our sponsor. This year, it's Rira Irish Lager.
And let me tell you, these lager beers made by the Irish on the Emerald Isle, and I've been there a few times, these guys know a thing or two about beer. And this Rira is one of those beers that's it's one of the top beers.
It's absolutely stunning. You know, my family come from Wicklow, where the beer is brewed, Killian, County Wicklow. They call it the Garden State. That's what we call New Jersey back home. But it's a light and fresh and crisp Irish lager.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
And big thank you to Jeff Goldblum for joining us. Here is the podcast. I genuinely, we had to come in here today and talk all that. People had to come in and talk to us about various things to do with business. And I was like, shut up.
I want to talk to my best friend.
Yeah, because I was trying to save up my catch-up energy for the podcast. And we didn't podcast. This is September.
This is September.
We have not podcasted since
on a
July.
cold and grey September morning.
Yes, what happened to the balmy September evenings of my youth?
While we were gone.
Yeah, I'm basically just stealing all Elvis lyrics from In the Ghetto and claiming them as my own.
That's great.
Novel.
Yes. Speaking of novel, your book's coming out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm going to promote the hell out of it.
Not now at the top.
No, not at the top. Come
Not
on,
now,
these guys.
Jesus Christ.
We've taken time off. We've been off doing gallivanting, as my mother would say.
Yes.
And now we're back. I can't be promoting.
We're different people than we were in July.
It's like we've all gone off to the Gaeltacht, had a million shifts, and kind of come back as grown men.
How hot were the people you were shifting, Tony?
Not great, but I did loads of them.
Hand stuff too?
Not really. I never actually went to the Gaeltacht, and I actually wanted Arnmore to break off and drift off into the sea. I was so jealous of all the boys. Because you'd be cracking on to the girls in the estate, and then they'd go off and they'd come back after, and they'd be pining over these boys that they'd been scored.
Yeah, and texting.
And then they go to that big meetup in Stephen's Green, and the lads, the hot boys from Donegal, will be down. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I was making inroads here by being your best friend and not sexual at all, all summer. And now I'm not. Now I'm as friend zoned as I was before.
It bewilders me how you managed to keep those lips virgin until you were 17.
Thank you so much. I thought you were going to say, it amazes me how you've been able to procreate.
That's what I thought you were going to say. It's
And meet
amazing
a
that you managed
partner.
to actually get married and have babies. Oh no, it is good to be back. I tell you, I'm still wrecked. I'm no good to anybody. I'm no use to anyone.
Yeah.
No.
You're still on the Fringe hangover?
I can't. I'm jet lagged from the Fringe, and I did a gig last night, and I was like, all it was 10 minutes. Is all I was doing last night because it was for the charity and it was all for the medical aid for Palestine.
Beautiful.
And I'm absolutely. I came off and I was like wounded. I was like the left battle. I was reduced, depleted, just from 10 minutes. I don't know. I can't shake it off. Maybe that's my new personality. Then I was thinking, is tiredness a part of the modern condition? Is that everyone tired all the time?
Burnout is real.
Burnout.
Burnout
Maybe.
is real.
Shane Daniel Burnout. Ready to take your calls. Tune into the Burnout line.
That's so good.
Hit me up on the Bunsen burner. Let's get chatting. Who's Burnout today? We got Tracy on from Waterford. How are you, Tracy?
Hi, Tracy. I just had kids. I didn't
Your
realize.
name's Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
Oh my
I'm
God,
Tracy.
she's so burnt out. She's saying her own name at the start of every
Thanks
What
so
did I
much,
say?
Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy.
Hi,
Yeah.
Well,
Tracy.
up the dasher.
Hi,
Up the
Tracy.
dasher.
I'm
Colin
Tracy, and I call everyone Tracy.
from Clonsilla is on. Colin, are you burnt out?
Oh, burnt out. If I would listen to me kids one time, I'm going to drive him into a fucking lake.
There you go. Well, here's Keen to Crow.
Hi, Tracy. Sorry, I'm Tracy.
I'm playing a song now,
baby.
Tracy, when you get off the line. Can we get Tracy off the
You
line?
Tracy off the line, please.
Hello.
I want to say
And
thanks.
she was never on the phone to begin with. What's going on? Bang, bang, bang.
Could I say I went over to Edinburgh to visit Shane, and
You guys
Not
are
me
such-
specifically.
You guys
visit
are
Shane.
best friends outside this podcast.
Yeah.
You guys are like the best of friends outside
It was
this podcast.
one of the things you did. You didn't come to my show.
Well, I'm not going to go see her show when there's other shows on offer.
I don't piss where I
Probably go
eat.
see Rose Matafeo or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
something
see
good like that. Yeah.
But like, obviously, you're the best comedian in the world. But wanted to see the other ones. But I was shocked and appalled because I come to the cool section where the cool comedians hang out.
Of course.
Shane has new friends.
I've heard.
Shane
and
has
I've
2 new male friends.
Yeah, I'm in a new gang now. Fuck young
2
hot guys.
very
hot,
straight, very straight man.
young men.
Yeah, me and Martin Angolo and Richie Bree, thick as thieves. I drank pints with those men. You know, talking about being tired, everyone's like, oh, Edinburgh's a slog, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really a marathon. Yeah, but you also drink pints every day. I drank, and we had the comedy festival in Dublin before that. I drank pints every day from like the 20th of July to the 27th of August. That's ridiculous. But we were a trio. Do you know the support? It's great to have the support.
I can't even
I can't
joke
believe
about
we have a
seeing how
WhatsApp
jealous
group.
I am.
So
The WhatsApp group is called A Lot Like.
Oh, they're fucking.
A lot like because of those, hack comedy where they say, oh God, raising kids, it's a lot like trying to please a woman sexually.
Oh, that's
That kind
good.
of, so we kept doing
a good
various
Well,
versions of that.
how? Sorry.
Yeah, it's just hack stuff. So we did a lot of that. Look, fantastic.
This
Edinburgh's
feels
great,
like an
but-
affair, right? Because
Yeah.
they're new and exciting. We get bogged down with all this business. Literally, we spent the first fucking 5 minutes in here chatting with everyone
It
about
was
all the shit we have.
15 minutes.
15 minutes talking about all the shit we have to do. So now it's like
boring
we're in
now.
a loveless marriage and all we do is the admin to keep our fucking house together. And we haven't had a ride in a while.
Yeah.
And now you're off gallivanting with your 2 very hot and token straight friends. And
Everyone
I'm
is
so
welcome
threatened.
to put on an Edinburgh Fringe show if
Yeah.
they want.
This is
Okay,
bullshit.
you just didn't do that.
No, I'm happy you had your. I was worried about you being alone there. I'm happy you had your crew.
Yeah, I'm happy you had your crew, but
It really
I'm
did
jealous
make a
of them as well.
difference.
I was jealous. I had to. Do you know what it was? Do you know how insulting this was? I had to take the photo of them, the group photo. I had to take it.
Yeah.
They made me, and Shane was like, "Go on, take it, you little bitch."
I'm gonna be sick.
I said, "Hey, use my."
I don't-
I was like, "Will I take my phone?" She said, "No, take my phone, you little fucking bitch."
This is all. You know, I don't have any other friends.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this
yeah,
is like
yeah,
really
yeah.
challenging. Do you have mates? Do you have mates who don't have other friends? Like not just you, but like maybe the friend group, but they don't have any other friends outside of the friend group that you're in.
No, I don't. Maybe.
Maybe I'm just calling one person out in particular in my head.
You're just thinking of someone. You probably should stop talking about it.
Maybe I should fucking really throw them. under the
I
bus.
want to say thank you to the listeners of this podcast for letting us have a little break. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Nobody
Thank you for
kicked
your
up a fuss. We
understanding.
didn't get one shitty
Yeah.
message. Maybe we got some emails, but maybe there were shitty emails in the inbox. But
We have a very
no
good
one
buffer.
sent a thing. No one was like, "What the fuck?" No one minded. That was lovely of you. And I
They were
want to
busy
say,
as well.
there was lots of people came to my show in Edinburgh who all left on the way out, and they all said, "Love young hot guys, young hot." Even local Scottish people.
What?
Yes,
That's even
Got-
better
the
than a
Scots.
Paddy's.
actual
Great
full
Scots, some
proper people.
Scottish.
actual Scottish people were
Wow.
like, love the podcast. And I was like, oh, Jesus, thank you so much.
God.
Lads, I had lads coming to my show. This podcast has opened me up to a world of lads I couldn't have dreamed of before. You know who came to my show? A stag party.
Unbelievable.
And they were very
Scottish
well
stag party?
No, Irish. And the guy,
Okay.
the groom
So
had a
good.
kilt on, but it was actually like not a gimmicky kilt. It was actually lovely and navy, I think it was. So shout out to those boys.
Was it his own family's tartan?
No, it was just plain navy.
Okay,
Plain kind of
yeah.
a skirt, really. He was
Yes.
wearing a skirt, but it was very. They were drunk, but they were very well behaved. Not a peep out of them, not a bother on them.
Good on
No,
you, boys.
Yes.
peep out of them.
Not a peep out of them, Killian.
Yeah.
It's very like the Irish fans when they go, see football matches.
Yeah.
Like stag do's abroad. Football fans, they're a service.
But
to
like
us.
the Scots have taken that away from us as well.
kilts.
No, like being the cool, fun fans.
I
there's
was
more
jealous
reason.
of them during the Euros.
They were great. And
They were having a great time, and they were 4-1 down. And they were still like having the absolute crack
Yeah,
in the
that was
stands.
the-
I was a
that
bit
used to be
jealous.
us.
Yeah.
No, it's the Scots. Fair play to them anyway.
Fair play to them. Hey, we're one and the same. Did we not embrace and shake hands on the Battle of Falkirk in Braveheart that time? Remember that time?
I'm gonna have to watch Braveheart because
I keep
you
referencing
guys
it, I'm
actually
so
talk
sorry.
about Braveheart a lot.
Well, it's a great film.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And very
But I-
historically accurate.
I mean, it doesn't have the part where William Wallace wore one of the Duke's actual, like, his skin as a suit in battle. That they didn't. They must have edited that out.
Did
that
he do
actually
that?
happened.
Did he actually do that?
Yeah.
A Duke.
Some Duke, some fucking tough. Anyway, I don't know who it was, but he definitely got down with the Princess of France. definitely was. Do you see him as well? It's Mel Gibson, and he's like, sorry, I'm not going to talk about Braveheart loads, but like it's Mel Gibson in his like fucking 40s, and he's meant to be like some 17-year-old getting wed, you know?
Is that what he was? 17?
He's young enough now when he would have been getting married because he
That
just
was
come back
growing
from,
up then, yeah.
It was growing up then.
Back then.
Go back even further, you know, we were 16.
See, we married young. That's what we did. We married young. We had the kids.
Myself and William.
But the thing is, you think now if the girls have the babies young, they kind of have their 40s then for themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas I ended up, in my generation, we weren't working. No. We weren't working. The man went out to work.
Yeah.
And we had the kids young. And then you end up, and then you're minding them kids. And then you're minding your sister's neighbours' kids. You're minding kids all your life. And there wasn't. Now they have choices, don't they? They've choices now, a bit more.
Oh, it's good.
A bit more choice, and they can walk if they want, and you know. But we were just—that's all we did. Mind the kids that we hadn't. Nobody gave us an opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I could have gone anyway, and I rang up Trinity College, and I said,
"Wow,
I'm looking for." I said, I'm 61. I'm looking for college. And they signed me up, the Trinity Access program, and I went in. And I did a few weeks. It wasn't for me, so I left. But it was good to have an option. It was good to have an option.
What'd you study?
What you study?
But it's just a kind of a mixed thing. It's kind of be more like school.
Descartes?
Zoology?
Descartes. I think, therefore, I am.
My name's Anne.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Anne.
Tracy, this is Anne.
Tracy. You're Tracy.
Tracy.
You feel bad for the Virgin Mary, though, because like she
you
should
would.
have had.
Can we have a little-
She should have.
What's this for? Can we have a little commotion for the
realistic
first kind
character.
of realistic character of the,
Of the new season.
season.
You'd feel bad for the Virgin Mary though, because she, you know, in the Assumption, you know, went up whatever, and she would have what 49, maybe 40 something. She would have been going up.
How old is she now?
When she was assumed, like, you know, Jesus just out.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
she
33.
worried about him all the time because he's
Came
walking
back.
everywhere, you know, and he never texts.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just as he's finally flown the coop, gets fucking crucified, and then she has to go up with him. She didn't get to have those
What
kind of
did you
wild
do?
and crazy, you know, 40s
She wasn't
and 50s.
given a choice.
Wasn't given a choice.
She minded kids her whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
God just picked her.
Yeah. Could have been anyone.
It'd be a real nuisance, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be so annoying.
To have an immaculate conception.
Just no, not the, well. The conception would that be a nuisance?
Yeah.
Well, in some cases, it might be. I prefer the immaculate conception.
Oh my God.
Some of the days, him climbing up on top of me.
Him fucking flopping away like a
I
dead fish.
said, God climbed up on top of me. Go on. I said, go
Go away.
on.
I'd rather it was immaculate. I sometimes fucking say he was immaculate because I don't want to fucking tell him who the dad is. I don't want to fucking talk about the rye that
There was a comic I saw as a kid, not a comic, a little like a sketch drawing, like a New Yorker style thing, and it was all the parents passed it around, and it was about the Virgin Mary, and someone saying, "Oh, sure, Virgin my arse, I knew her years ago, whatever." And I thought, as a kid, I was like, "That's very good comedy."
That's really good.
And I went on, and my biggest comedy video ever was about the Virgin Mary. So there you go.
You know a lot about her.
And it's important to show kids comedy that's not really suitable for them.
Yeah.
Little children came to my show a few times in Edinburgh.
Oh yeah?
A little 6,
What's
7-year-old
that like?
boy sat front row center.
Do you self-censor?
No, because you have to just do your show because that's like there's an age restriction on it. And if you bring your kids, fine. Like I can't stop you. But then I said, I spoke to him. I was like, look at you. I was like, what's your name? Whatever. And then he was like, Matthew, whatever, some kind of Englishy name.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and this is your daddy. He brings you all the shows. And I was like, where are you from? And he was like, Stow upon Tim, you know, English style name. And then I was like, looking at him, I was like, you're from where is it? And he went, near London. And I went, oh, near London. So we all had a laugh about that.
That's great.
And then I was like, this your daddy? And he's like, yeah. Does he bring you stuff all the time? He's like, yeah. And then I looked at that. I was like, Daddy, would you be a liberal man? And then that was funny. So
That's funny.
Yeah.
Then you kind of have to go and then I did.
But you do sometimes, and this isn't to give away, but sometimes you might mime like this kind of thing.
Blowjobs? Yeah.
Mime
that's-
blowjobs.
Doing
like,
a two-handed teeth of
Are
pushing
you
of the
doing
teeth.
that, and then in the middle of your performance, like you still like kind of like you're going like, oh, and then you go like.
Well,
that.
I have a
You might
line where
get
I
a little
say-
peek over and go.
I had the biggest crack I got out of that day was I had a line where I say, the problem is that the audience then get a bit uncomfortable about it as well.
That's it,
Everyone's
yeah.
always kind of uncomfortable. So you have to kind of address it and then, but it's fine. You know, you have to go like, it's fine. Then I had this line where I said something about like, I said, I've had sex or something like that. And then I said, I've been fucking, something like that. And then I said, I kind of covered my eyes and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't stop thinking about the kids being here. And then I went, okay, if you just heard that in isolation, I just said the line, I've been fucking, can't stop thinking about the kids. And then we all had a big hoot and holler.
That's
and I
good.
walked off the stage and we had a laugh. But it was, to be honest, don't bring your kids to the show.
Unless advertised. as
Other
such.
kids, there's great things for kids to go.
Yeah.
Other kids came another day and I had a bit of crack with them and their mum and dad. And then the dad after was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's fine. But I was also like, well, yeah, be sorry.
Yeah.
You can't bring your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, effing and blinded.
You do. It's quite filthy stuff.
What if they just don't know how, what if they're just trying to educate their kids? Maybe they're like, they don't have the words, they're just trying to educate their kids about different types of, sexuality and that kind of thing. And they want to hear.
The thing I find from having kids, though, Tommy, is that I find he's teaching us. He's guiding us.
Are you saying he's bringing his kid?
He
Look,
challenges me.
Matthew, this is a gay man, a gay Irishman. Watch this.
Watch this.
Watch this. Is
Watch
African dad.
Watch this.
Watch this. This is a gay Irishman. Yeah, watch this.
Watch this gay Irishman.
We
This
learn so
comedy.
much from our kids.
We learn. He challenges me.
They're teaching us. They do.
He threatens me. He beats me.
They make you face yourself, don't they?
They do.
You
I
know.
forgot about eating my own boogers, but I'm watching this guy absolutely
one.
lariat, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And there's stuff up there still, it doesn't go away when you're an adult.
Protein. It's
Yeah,
salty.
it's protein, it's salty. I forgot all
great.
about that stuff, They teach us.
From the mouth of babes.
From the mouths of babes.
From the mouths of babes.
Show us your babes' mouths. Any babes on? Any babes listening? I saw a few hotties at the show.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of babes.
Couple of babes.
Couple of grade A babes. Where were you
Young hot
staying?
babes.
I had a stroke of luck where a friend of mine
pardon.
lives there and she was away the exact dates I was there. And then the last day I stayed in a hotel that I treated myself to and it was too fancy for me because
Yeah.
they brought the bags up to the room and all. That kind of
Oh,
vibe.
God, yeah.
Okay.
And then like they're trying to be like really fancy but also cash. Like I hate a hotel. Look, okay, comedians talking about hotels boring, but I hate the thing they check in and now breakfast from this, and I'm like, shut up, give me that card.
Oh, I kind of love it.
Oh, I don't like any of the chat. Like,
What
give me
bit?
the. You know when you check in and they're like,
Oh, they're
"No."
telling you how to
no,
go.
yeah,
They're telling you how a
yeah.
hotel works.
She said,
like
"Do you
good
want a-"
itinerary,
She said,
but
"Do you
yeah,
want a
give me the fucking
tour?"
card.
I was like, "I don't want a tour. I want to go into that bed.
Yeah, I want to lay down.
Get out of my way." Like, anyway, the lads brought the thing up, and I was like, "So I supposed to tip him?" Like, I don't know. I didn't.
Should have given him a chewing gum. Like
Yes,
Kevin
from
McAllister.
Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
The Home Alone 2 starring Donald Trump.
Starring Donald Trump. Yeah.
Who gave you a check?
He did give me a check. Yeah.
He did.
And
That's your
he-
connection
and,
to.
And Anna was in the room with him as well that time.
What was she in a room with him?
She went to his trial.
Oh, that's right.
of
course.
She went to the trial.
Oh, we're quite connected with the Trumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're 1 degree away from Macaulay Culkin.
She
Through
had
that.
an eye moment with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He gave me a check and he checked out her.
Whoa.
Yeah. We're connected.
He knows which side his bread is buttered.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to have a pint with someone,
Hey.
that's
That's coming soon. The American election.
Dream
This is
Smoke
September.
Circle. Trump, Nigel Farage, my dad, because I don't see him much. Joe Rogan. Yeah, it is coming around. It's coming around the tracks.
We're all going to have a good time watching.
We are. I know I've been kind of like a bit, everyone's focused on the election, but you know what? I think that came from a deep insecurity that I didn't have any of the information. And sometimes I do that.
Did you listen to a podcast?
No, I didn't. Do you know what? Terry did in a fight recently. She was like, I had an opinion, and she was all like, look, I don't care what fucking podcast you had to have this opinion. And I was like, that is actually normally 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I'm
This is
regurgitating
the
an
one
opinion.
time.
But this is actually the one time I have a really good opinion that's actually challenging you and I'm winning. And you're accusing me. I was sulked for like 30 hours.
Tony, you were a grumpy boy in our last podcast.
Was I?
Yeah, you were grumpy, and someone messaged me and was like, "Now he was grumpy, he had a strop, and now you're taking a break. Hope all's okay." And young.
Oh, really? That's exciting.
I was like, Tony's entitled to be grumpy for a start. He's entitled to things.
Was that when I was having to go Bridgerton?
I can't remember what
I think you were annoyed that I like costume
about.
dramas.
I had to go to I started an argument that we weren't even having. You were talking about costume dramas, and I was saying that I don't like the pessimism in the world, while also being a bit of a grumpy boots myself.
Yeah, you were a grumpy boots.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay. We
doesn't happen very often.
can hold space for that.
Sourpuss.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like I take my opportunities in conversations where we're not even talking about that to vent. You know, it's one of the bad
I
habits.
think
of
there's
a
good.
comedian.
Everyone gets a grump. Everyone gets a grump pass. We get one grump pass every year. We've got. It's like when you're playing tennis and you get the Hawkeye and you get a appeal.
You've lost me immediately.
Okay. Well, you get a one card,
Get a
like you get a
hawk.
grunt pass, like you get a jail-free card, and you've played yours.
I played mine.
Hawkeye is the technology that can zoom in and where
They have it in
the ball
GAA
in
now
or
as
out.
well.
Oh yeah.
What do they call it in the GAA? Hawkeye as well?
They probably have some class name. You know the GAA where I was doing things properly.
Fucking focal vision or something.
See, when Coldplay were here, they did this thing about like, oh, so great to be in Croke Park, the spiritual home of GAA. I was like,
Shut up.
shut up.
Shut up. You don't know it.
What lick arsery is that? Do you
Yeah.
think we don't see through that? Like,
You don't know
the
what that
lick
is.
arsery of it all.
Yeah. This thing you found out about yesterday. Why is that? You don't
Why
care
don't you
about
say
that.
sorry for the retaliation murders that our people did?
Do you know what else happened here?
That's good.
Do you know what else happened here, actually?
It's not all
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sportsmanship, Chris. God, what
Taylor
a
Swift
shame.
as well with the whole like using our line. You guys are great storytellers. I love
Yeah.
about you Irish.
I mean, the
what would be your
influence-
pandering if you had to pander to the largest crowd possible, the Croke Park crowd? If you were also being
If I had to do my
authentic in that?
pander.
If you had to do a good
Didn't
hardcore pander.
Paloma Faith just did like some sort of AI list and she read it off? And it
No,
was kind of-
somebody wrote that for her, like an Irish PR person.
Some Irish PR person wrote it like a thing, and she just reads it off very blandly, and it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek.
It was funny
reference.
because she was like kind of honest about like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pretend I do.
Yeah.
I'm just reading this because the chap wrote it for me, and I thought
Yeah.
that was funny.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah, she just went through a whole list of like, come on, bring out the crack and show us your chicken fillet rolls and grab a bag of cans with the lads.
That's nice.
But it was just
Yeah.
kind of plainly delivered in a resigned
Yeah.
tone. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
she was
it
like,
was
this
good.
is silly. I know this is silly. I'm not sure what the jokes are, but here, you might like them. I did think it was funny.
Yeah.
I have to say, that wouldn't be in a rush to go see Paloma Faith. Do you know what I mean? I like her.
I like a
I like
handful
some
of
of
her
the
songs.
stuff. I like, but
Go.
I
name
wouldn't be in a
one
hurry.
song. Give me one
No,
song.
I can't.
Give me one
Just
song.
be.
You could have made that up.
No.
Could
She
be.
sings. That's a good song. She sings.
Me and Jordan
Okay,
were
sing
driving
it then.
back
What's
from
it go like?
Let's get old together. Let's be unhappy with one another. Let's
good.
go our separate ways when the night know that you're flying home to me.
And it's about bees.
No,
Bees.
let's just
It's about the
just be.
rewilding
Let's
of
just
the Irish fields. Me and Jordan were driving back from Cork, and I was like, we'd heard the Coldplay were playing. This is like weeks and weeks ago, and I was like,
What were you doing in Cork?
We're doing a gig. That's when I did a Cypress Avenue gig back when I was
Yes,
touring. And we were
yes.
driving back, and I was like, let's listen to Coldplay and listen to like. And I was like, I think they actually have more good songs than you actually realize. You know, some of those songs you're like, oh yeah, I forgot it was them. And we listened to all of their greatest hits, and I'd say, being favourable, 7 are okay. You
That's
know?
loads.
It is loads,
That's
but
a
they
lot
have
of good
fucking
songs.
loads of absolute.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to
Tripe.
be as bollocksy about
I
stuff
know.
like this.
It's a good time.
I'm like, you know, they're all aware with the thing with the lights, right? And they're like, it was amazing, the shows. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care though.
That would be cool. The
I
lights
don't-
thing would
would
be
it
cool.
though?
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Would it? Are you a
It would be
child?
cool if it was the first time that it happened. It wouldn't be cool if it was like.
Do you know what I want to
it's kinda
call out?
cool.
You know as well, the zoo lights at the Christmas time.
You don't like the zoo lights?
Wait, what are the
Well,
zoo
me and
lights?
Raymond went because his niece was small, and then we're like, oh, we'll go to the zoo lights. You go to the zoo, Dublin Zoo, home
Nighttime.
to animals at nighttime, and
Animals.
it's just a load of lights on stuff, and there's actually nothing. You don't see an animal.
They're made out of that kind of, you know, like the paper lampshades kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're kind of made out of paper lampshades.
And it costs
they're-
something like
they're lit.
€24 each.
They're getting fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
And it's
they're doing
maybe if
nothing
you have
like-
kids, they like it. But I've seen couples go to it. They
Like
wouldn't be.
you
Do you know what I mean? They
and
wouldn't be the
Ray.
most stimulating of. We went with a child.
Okay.
They wouldn't be the most stimulating of company. You know that kind of way. And there they all were at the. I was like, don't know. I'm just going to call it a light show. But anyway, I'm trying to do the opposite of what I just did.
It's a weird
So
thing.
what they're saying with
So what you just did there, you're trying to not.
I'm trying to do the
it.
opposite.
I don't do
when,
that anymore.
Yeah.
When the Oasis tickets were happening and everyone was looking at that, and I was like, do you know what? Like, and people were commenting, people going like, hey, you're not going to win those competitions, lads, and all this kind of crap. I was like, oh, I was like, just let people like it. I'm trying to be a bit more.
Do you know what that is? That's like football lads trying to get their back from when all the kind of counterculture people are slagging football, going like, you know, oh, is the sports ball thing going on?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
having their own back. They're this moment going like, oh, is the bloody Oasis thing going on? It's like a
Yeah.
tit-tat kind of thing.
Someone said
Let
Oasis
people be-
was Eras tour for boys, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very much so, yeah.
I'm
Is
not going to be
Coldplay
here
boys?
for.
Is Coldplay boys?
No,
Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah.
I'm not going to be here for the Oasis concert, and I was actually so glad. I was like, let's take the pressure off. I'm not going to get involved.
Are you not?
I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, but
you away next?
the
Edinburgh?
flip side is they're going to be playing Edinburgh at the exact same time that you're there.
Yes, they are,
So-
and that's no problem to me. The Edinburgh comedians or Glasgow comedians will be kind of annoyed because a lot of 200,000 Scottish people are going to be not buying tickets to comedy shows that weekend. And they'll all be buying things, but that doesn't really bother me as much because I wouldn't really have an Edinburgh audience in that kind of way. Well,
you will then.
I'd plenty of repeat offenders. That was lovely.
Oh, yeah?
You were like, saw you last year and all. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for coming back.
Oh, that's nice.
Do you know what's hard about doing the shows that many times? Is
Every year we go see Shane Daniel Byrne. He's this great Irish. He's a gay comedian. I bring my son.
Because I don't know how to explain it to him. I don't know how to say it to him.
just let him soak it up.
I don't know how to explain who I am.
I don't know. I think he is though.
Me and
might
my
be
mother are
gay.
separated, and I don't know how to explain to him what I am.
Not that I'm gay myself, but I've sucked a dick.
Have you not sucked a wee dick in
How
your
you know
time?
the way it was in public school?
I'm an ally.
What's hard is that you have bad shows. That's just the reality of it. You can't have that. You can't have a great show every day 27 times. And it's so, the one day, a comedian I know from Glasgow, he came to see it and I was like, oh God. And it was a quiet night. I think it was actually the child night and I just didn't have a good show. And I was like, God, this is so humiliating. It's hard. That's what's hard about it.
I had the worst bad gig over the summer where my friends of mine have gotten back into stand-up. They did it years ago and they're getting back. So
Great.
I found an open mic that's on the Inter and it's a lot of fun. It's on Mondays and you can sign up.
yeah.
Cheeky monkeys. So they signed up and then I was there with them, for support. And I was like, do you know what? I might just throw me down.
Might hop on if you don't mind.
Oh,
Hop
my
on,
God.
right? 25 acts,
25.
five minutes each, and not everyone's the best at reading the old sundial, but whatever. It was so much fun because it was crazy. It was, it was nice to see a nice variety of people who, anyway.
Was it all stand-up?
It was all stand-up, all stand-up.
Sometimes
And
they throw in a little singer-songwriter or a poet as well.
Oh yeah.
there was a bit of that. There was some kind of bit spoken wordy, but it was aimed at being comedy. Anyway.
And then you kind of like rolled up your sleeves.
Well, Jordan did very well. And then my mate John, who's a very good storyteller, He's also great with death.
How good is he with death?
Pretty good. Yeah, better storyteller though. But so anyway, they did well, and then I was going up and I had all these new bits, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna play the fucking hits.
Yeah.
Went out there, and it went okay.
Just okay.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great, and I gave it like I really went for it, and it was just
God.
and I was like, oh shit, And but like I know these jokes are funny because I've had a lot of people laugh at them.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, it's just
Because you had a room of nervous, like, open micers.
and it was all
that
people
was the
who were-
audience.
and it was getting, they'd already seen 24 acts.
But there
you know.
must have been something about, oh my God, is that Tony Cantwell? And then like
24, that's too many.
It's a lot. It's
Where
a
were
lot.
you all sitting?
Just around watching, and it was only about 20 people because people kept leaving after.
Do you know what happened to me? I came back from Edinburgh of the Tuesday and then I gigged on the Wednesday because somebody cancelled their gig and I filled in. Tony Cantwell, yeah.
Tony
And
Cantwell.
I felt I didn't really want to do the gig, and then I was like, I know I'll do it because I was like, if people came, they bought a ticket for Tony, they might know me as well. That might
very
be,
sweet.
you know what I mean.
Thank you
So I was
for
like,
that.
I'll
I meant
do
to
it.
thank you. We
I'll
didn't
do
have
it.
time.
I'll do it. And then I was so tired. Like the whole thing is, they say when you come back from Edinburgh, you're bulletproof, bro. Gig is like nothing. It's like a hot knife through butter. But I was too tired, just plain tired. And I did the thing which I thought was just mythology. I said the punchline without having done the setup.
Oh wow!
And I just said this thing and it made absolutely no sense. And I
To
was
get to
like,
the other side. Hello.
yeah, and they all just sat there and I was like, I mean, I kind of enjoyed it. It was in front of Chris Kent, who's like the best comedian.
Very,
That
very
wasn't
good.
so
Very fucking good.
embarrassing. And then I was like, whatever. He was like, no, it was really funny because I was like, I couldn't believe. I was like, I didn't know this really happened to people. I was like, how have I done this? And I wasn't even doing that. I was doing just bits from my show, which I'd done 27 times. You know what I mean? The previous day I did it. It was absolutely bizarre. Anyway, look, it happens. And look, comedy is so tough and we're really out there doing our best and trying our best, just trying to keep stories alive and trying to keep that culture of, we're Shanachie, in many respects.
Killian, I've been curious what your dad's summer has been like. Don't know. I was thinking about him all summer.
his whole thing
Hot Dad Summer?
has been the van. There's a van that sits outside our house that's sort of the family van.
Will you want to fucking report that?
Well, no, it's like our parking space. It's like the house, and then
Well, that bumper better not be going onto the path.
you can park. Well, no, you can park outside your own house.
I'm going to leave a note on that, ban.
Okay, you can, but you will get
Dunleary.
it will be put in the waste paper basket, appropriate the recycling,
The green bin.
in the green bin.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, he's working
but
on the van.
He's been trying to get it moving. It hasn't been moving since my two brothers took it to Spain during the pandemic and went and lived on like an anarchist commune thing for a while in the North Mountains of Spain.
Oh, he just dropped this stuff
fucking
in.
Sundermans. These Sundermans.
No, and they did, and it turned out it was a nudie one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Finn was just out of school. He just finished his leaving cert, not done his leaving cert, and then there's nudies everywhere.
Do they do nudie
Can you
things?
drive me to a naked beach?
He wasn't able to do it. Like I think he kind of engaged a little bit, but it'd be hard. Like it'd be
I
hard.
wouldn't like familial nudity.
Oh, but it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
You want to keep it soft there.
These
You get kicked
anarchists,
out.
you know, they're like really free love and everything like that, and they're very like, you know, hey Finn, you want to come swimming with me? And then you go swimming, and then they're like in the nip, and you're like, what's going on here? And they're
Wow.
kind of that, and it's like, aren't you married? And isn't that your kid? And don't you have it? And that kind of thing was going on. So my dad had to fix the van.
Yes. Is this one of those communes that, like, you know, if you're out, you get like attacked by a shark, that people just like leave you in the woods, you know?
No,
like in the
it's
beach?
not the beach.
Okay.
No, it's anyway. I don't really know much about it.
I'm coming.
It's
Can
like-
you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear. Take me to
The beach.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
All Saints.
All Saints.
Oh.
Did the song.
I didn't know they did. I thought Moby did the song for the beach.
Oh, we did as well.
That's a different one.
Well, they,
Back in the day.
no.
So
the
he's
funny thing
working on
about
the
this
van.
anarchist commune is you have like it's all about like people doing their bit, and like, you know, everyone has to give in to take from, and that's the way it works. But then you have like literally someone who
A couple of sexy
a month
carpenters rocking
ago
up.
was like everything was getting taken care of by their mother, living in like, you know, a teenager from
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yes.
So that caused, I think, a ruckus. And
His
I think
contribution.
they sat down and they were like, so Finn, we would like if you kind of do a little bit of cooking or something like that. It would be good.
Wow.
And he's like, all right, cool. I think Niels
That'd be
helped him and he
more so.
made some sort of lentil stew. And I think they were quite appreciative of it. But then the van broke and they somehow managed to get it back. They somehow managed to get it back to Ireland, brought it over, and now it's been stuck outside, and it's actually got moss growing underneath it.
Wow.
And my dad's been trying to just get it to move. He hasn't been able to get it to start. He hasn't been able to do anything, and it's driving him. It's like every time I come there, he goes, "Oh, the van it's not moving. It's outside the house. I really need to get it out of here. Really need to get it out of here." And then some Cork man comes to the rescue. Cork, the beautiful people
The
of Cork.
beautiful people
I
of
love Cork, and I can't wait to go there this weekend.
Oh wait, that's true. Yeah, just a quick segment, but yeah, where are we this weekend?
In the Opera House
In the
this
Cork Opera House on Sunday.
We will be in Cork.
That's really good.
We won't be doing that. And this Cork
jealous
man came
again.
and he said, "I can take care of that." And he put it on the back of his van. It's a big thing to do. Drove up
A
from
van on a
Cork.
van?
A van on the back of a van.
Inception.
Brought it all the way to Cork. And then my dad is like, he's kind of a man who does business or something like that. And my dad is like, when is that going to be done? And he says, it's in line. It's in line. And he's like,
Right,
what does that mean?
yeah.
He's like, when I get to it, I'll get to it. And
That
then-
is a real clash of
And he's
cultures.
like,
I
what
know
does
your
that-
dad's lived here for a long time, but that is
That is
a German man asking a Cork man when something will
it'll
be
be
on
done.
schedule. And he's like, it's in line.
It's in line.
Fabulous answer. I'm sorry, I love it.
That's
But
great.
does he?
It's
My
in
dad's
line.
like, when is it? Where's the van? He's like, it's in Cork. And I'm like, when is it ready? He's like, it's in line. It's in line. But when is that ready? He says, I'll get to it when I get to it. That's what he said.
He
So
starts
that's
to sound German there in your
Yeah,
impression.
the Cork man
It's in
starts
line.
saying to him,
yeah, Cork man.
It
yeah.
is in line.
It's in line.
I need to get off the phone with you and get your accent.
get in line.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he's been doing. He also just getting rid of stuff. He went to Germany. He's having a great time.
Great-
He's having a
great time.
Long
He-
summers for the teachers. It's great
Yeah.
for them. Great for
Great
them.
for him.
Great for them.
He
Now they work
absolutely
hard. They
He's
work
back
hard.
now. He's
parenting,
back
and now
now.
he's having his, you know, young bachelor days
I
again.
would love to be retired. That is my dream. Like, it's so much fun.
How would you like to be retired? There's these people who are trying to get retired by the age of like 40 or whatever.
No, not
Don't-
that
I want to
thing.
be old retired.
I
Being
actually wanna
retired
be
at 40
old.
is cringy.
I just
I like
wanna
to
be
pepper a
old.
bit of retirement into my working life. That's why you just can't. That's why I never write back to you after like 4 p.m. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to pepper a bit of retirement
Yeah.
just across the life. You know what I mean? I'm late all the time.
That sounds like
a
avoidance more than retirement.
No. It's a bit of retirement. You know.
What's your attachment style?
What does your dad do? He's
Shut
retired
up.
this week. Next week he's a comedian.
Yeah.
But they kind of like, if I met someone who's like, you know, these people are like, I want to retire by the age of 35. If I met someone at 35 and they're like, I'm retired, I'd be like, what are you doing like with your life? Like, just like, doing.
Don't be retired.
Don't be
Adele's
retired.
taking a break. I heard that on the radio. And she's taking a break. She doesn't know how long
for
she'll be
her.
gone for.
Good for her.
But that's tough.
Imagine
what
you
she
had that. You can just do 5. She's like, I'm going to take a break about 5-6 years. What would you be doing? Nothing.
She released an album
Right.
called 37 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a good bet on what the album.
What age?
The album's going to be called. Guessing by the age.
I don't know if she's going to do another age. I think that was the trilogy thing. I think that's what she was doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not that au fait with Adele's movement.
They would be bigger changes though between those 3 years. What is it? 19 and I don't even know what the ages are.
What are the numbers? What are the
19,
numbers?
Great table
21,
quiz
25.
19?
Did she do 30?
19, 25?
19, 21, 25. That's the trilogy one.
Is it?
Okay.
They're quite different though. You're a completely different person.
I kind of
If you're
miss
like
when
37,
Adele was a thing.
42.
Remember that song came out and she sang it on Jules Holland and everybody fell apart.
Which one?
She
the
sang it at the
one,
Brit
um,
Awards.
Yeah, which was for the main. They wouldn't watch Jules Holland. People like me watch Jules Holland.
I don't like Jules Holland. I feel like he get a good musical act on there, and then he gets on the piano, turns it into like a honky tonk. I
I kinda love that.
I feel like he'd tickle you
It's
a
the same
lot if he
shit
met
over
you.
and over again. He's a fucking skilled pianist.
I like- he goes,
Squeeze. Keeps playing the honky tonk.
The marvelous. Two to the metals. Like he's always,
Bon Iver! And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I've been saying Bon Iver for years. He's playing acoustic, and I'm going to join him on the honky tonk.
When you float like a cannon.
Damien Rice! All right, mate.
Hey,
just chill the
Clapton, he
fuck
wrote a
out.
song about his son who fell out of a hotel building. Anyway, here we go.
Would you know my name?
This
I think
is
it's the only thing you can play while looking up and not looking down. And I'm like, if that was me, I'd be like, say hello and to see.
the marvelous Tony Cantwell.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I think the 2 Johnnies are going on that actually.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, some songs from the new album. They'll be on Jules Holland.
Jules Holland, is that still going?
We've just been talking about Jules Holland.
Yeah, but it's no, not the bit Jules Holland. Not Jules Holland, the bit that we just did.
His show.
Jules Holland, the show.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't watch the telly, you know.
He'll be
me.
back.
I don't watch the
telly.
terrestrial telly.
He'll be
And
back.
I'm going to ring up that. I have the Sky like your mum. And I said to Raymond, I got them
don't
down.
need it.
I got them down to 50 for the TV and internet, right? They reduced
Yeah.
my TV. It's gone back up 75. They creep it back up.
You
I'll be
probably
on to
agreed
them
to
again.
6 months at a certain price.
I'll be on to
and
them
then-
again. No, I had them before. It's documented on this podcast where she was like, okay, what I could do is, and then I was like, no TV. And she was like, what I could do. And I was like, now you're talking, baby. But they put it back up 75. I'm going to ring up and cancel the telly. Look, I'm just going to cancel the telly.
Get rid of it.
Well, I cannot tell you the last time I watched the telly.
Oh,
You know what I
get
mean?
rid
The
of it.
But Alan
terrestrial.
wants to get rid of it, but I love it.
You're, yeah.
Just watch all the other Netflixes and all.
Yeah, but you want to
Netflix
see. This is the thing, and like I hate
it's
it.
shite.
I don't want to fucking decide. I'm tired. Okay, it's 8:00. I've just been spending half an hour making up a fucking story about Santiago the pirate. Right? I have nothing left to give. Do you think I want to be curating my own TV? Just put it on and make it exactly what I want.
I have a terrible habit where I go on the Amazon Prime one. I know that's bad. You shouldn't have Amazon, but I have it.
Why? Don't run it.
Oh, it's bad. And I
everyone
started
uses
watching shit films like as a fun thing. Sorry?
Just that everyone uses it.
Yes.
Everyone still
me.
Buys from Amazon all the time.
I know.
Not me.
Can we all stop acting like
Stop having a grum.
I'm
No.
just saying.
You
I'm
played
just
your grump card.
saying. I'm not playing a grump card. Hey, we're all a bunch of Fonzies in
Donald
here.
Grump
We're having
over
a-
here.
We're having a good
Am I
time.
right, Killian?
I'm just
Donald
saying.
Grump.
Donald J. Grump.
Certainly shop local, but don't act like everyone doesn't use it all the time. And then, like, why are you self-flatulating yourself for something that everyone is doing?
Flagellating. Making yourself make farts.
Making yourself right. You're self-flatulating.
Shouldn't be using Amazon.
Putting beads in your mouth.
Yeah. Anyway, please, I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's great to be back. But I've started watching shit films, and then it's like really, they get these low budget, ridiculous films they stick on there to make it seem like there's choice. But
Oh, yeah.
And now it's just like, do you want to watch this other crap film? And I was like, no, have you any good ones? Like,
Got a
have you
great
any-
flick for you.
Have you any good ones?
Unstoppable. Denzel Washington, Chris Pine. Tony Scott's last film. Tony Scott who did Top Gun, and he's very good at doing all like Michael Bay totally ripped off his style. And basically they're two like train
Ridley Scott's brother.
Ridley Scott's brother, and they're two like
His late
train-
brother.
His late brother. They're two like train conductors, and there's a runaway train with fucking chemicals,
That's
and it's based
good.
on a real story,
That's a
and
good
it's
film.
really exciting. People being really good at their job and being in like, okay, where's the train now? And like Rosario Dawson's in the control thing. Perfect thriller. Highly
You know what?
recommend.
I like a thriller. I want to watch. I also like a newsroom procedural,
Yes.
a cop procedural. I like Zodiac, Spotlight, that kind of vibe where
yeah.
you're really taken in, and they just have so many boxes of files.
Forensic.
I
Yeah.
love films with a box
Forensic.
of files,
Yeah.
and then they go, "Wait, wasn't it? I'm like, no, guys. And then they go over and
Yeah, I
someone's,
love it.
You know, I love that kind
It's
of
something. It's like someone that comes in and asks them for their coffee order, and they're like, "Oh, I'll have the bran flakes." Bran flakes.
They don't have bran flakes in Starbucks.
Bran flakes.
They don't have bran flakes in Starbucks. Hey, wake up.
They don't.
Yeah, and we all have to eat.
McDonald's Monday morning. They don't have breakfast that serves at that time. So how could he have been in the shop in the bathroom at that time with the bran flake? He must have been there at 2:00.
We'll take my car.
Yeah. I'll drive, whatever. And I want to eat China. I want to be in one of those. I want to eat the Chinese food with chopsticks out of the box and all that kind of stuff.
They're doing it Glengarry Glen Ross as well. They're doing a new one.
Are they?
Yeah, I think one of the Culkins is in it with the.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, they are. Yeah,
Kieran
Bill
Culkin.
Burr is in it.
Is he?
Bill Burr is in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be good at cursing.
Yeah, I don't know if he's Ricky Roma. That's
But that would be
Gino.
good. Glengarry Glen Ross. We should do that. We should just do like a play of Glengarry Glen Ross.
We could do like a rehearsed reading.
I
Yeah.
have looked up like if actually just doing the rights, like if how to get the rights just to do Glengarry Glen Ross. I have looked it up before because I would love it and I would love to do it with my
A
pals.
film read's done Glengarry Glen Ross.
They haven't actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the Dream Gun film reads a few
Did you have a
times.
good
in
time?
Edinburgh.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a good time, yeah.
Mm.
And we did it with Dara O'Brien, or as he's known, Dara
Dara.
O'Brien. He was Gandalf and he was really funny at it. Yeah.
He's brilliant.
I had a few good ones, yeah. It's really
I did.
good.
But he, because we, Andrew Maxwell, we were talking to him, and he was 2 pints deep or something like that, and he said, "I've got to go be, I don't know who, Darth Vader and something in a minute," and I was like, "What? Are you talking about Dream Guns?" And he was like, "Yeah, something like that."
Dream Gun film reads is where they
Which is-
take classic films and they kind of rewrite and adjust the script, but keep the script, and then you read them out. You don't rehearse it; you just read it. And there's many jokes, and you can do improv jokes within it as well.
It's very good. But he was like, he had no idea.
And when
what
you
was
say
going
Andrew
on.
Maxwell was 2 pints deep, it was, I'd say, 11 pints deep. The man can drink. Anyway,
But he was like, "Oh no, Dara told me me and Dara were having a late one, and he kind of just convinced me to do this show." And I just loved like he. And then I met Hannah later, and I was like, "Was Andrew steaming?" And she was like, "Yeah, he was steaming." But apparently he was very funny. So
I'd
there
say
you go.
so. I did one in Kilkenny with Dara O'Brien, not to just try and stick my oar in and be relevant or whatever, but he was playing Jaws. He was like the Bruce the shark in Jaws. And literally like he just came up and it was like halfway through it and he just arrived and he just says, "Hello, my name is Jaws." And it was the biggest laugh. Like the fucking roof blew off the place just from, "Hello, I'm Jaws." And it was so funny. He just has that presence.
Yeah, he does. He's very funny man. And he can do like, yeah. Nice man. Nice that he's doing that. Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
and he bought us all pints. Remember?
When did he buy us all pints?
You were there for a bit of the pints. You left. Oh, maybe you left before.
No, I left just before you guys.
and then
hung out.
he came and bought us pints, and David Doherty bought us pints.
Look at us excited comedians
for
hanging out
God's
with like big
sake.
comedians and talking
Rubbing
about it.
shoulders.
It's so exciting.
I just went home and went to bed.
You went home, went to
Listened
bed.
to an audiobook.
We had Joanne
anxiety.
McNally night out as well.
Oh, for God's sake.
Joanne McNally's a beast, right? We went out, I was actually dead, right? We all went out, whatever. You can go till 5 o'clock in Edinburgh. I went to bed to the thing, and then I woke up at like whatever noon, and like she was up. She looked gorgeous, makeup on, out and about. She was going looking for Bloody Mary. I was like, and I was completely dead in the bed, and I was like, that woman is a soldier. She's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
No. Yeah.
I wouldn't be in a rush to go out with her again. She's too much. I'm scared. I was scared.
I don't. I left a stag do early. I left a stag do at like it was in Dublin, and I left probably about 11:30. Now we've been drinking since about 11 a.m. You know.
Yes.
But I still, still was just like
You left
right.
at 11:30.
I left at 11:30 after we went to like a club, and then I was just like, I can't. I remember like,
A club.
well, we were in Hangdai, and then it turns into a club,
Yes.
Yeah.
which was cool.
Okay.
But like I was there, and Jordan was like, "What? Why are you leaving now?" And I remember I was just so pissed. I was like, "This night has nothing left for me."
Yeah.
I was just tired, and I was a bit like. But then I was very content with it.
I think sometimes you got to stick that out, that kind of thing. This isn't a part of being young, it's part of being old, where you're like, Jesus, like the exact feeling of there's nothing left for me here. I can't do this anymore. I need to go. I want to be at home. But actually, if you just give it 20 minutes, you'll probably
There
come
is
back
some-
around.
That's a
You'll
thing.
probably
Yeah.
come back around. Second wind. I got my
Do you know
second
what's
wind.
likely happened is you've fallen out of a good chat that was happening,
Yes.
and the other good chat hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
And that transient period for me, I find
Yeah.
a bit. I'm a wash at sea.
I would be a big promoter of just go home though. A big promoter of like, don't feel the need to push the night as well. Like there's sometimes a frenzy of it. Like, the night sometimes has run its course.
Yes.
And if it's a group thing where it's like, where will we go next? Where will we go next? And then you're walking around the street, especially this time of year when it's like rainy and it's a dark night.
Yeah, but that
And
exact
it's like,
night-
where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? And there's this kind of sometimes it's time to go home.
We had a few fails in Edinburgh, and I was determined. It was the last night, really, and I was determined not to. I was like, no, we're having
Yeah,
a nice
that was-
pint of Guinness
that was
somewhere,
good, yeah.
and I stuck it out, and we got a snug then, and it was gorge. Really nice.
Me and Shane and Ray went to this pub, a corner pub, right? Big, massive thing. Doesn't look so like grim from the outside, but when you went in,
It's disgusting.
one of the filthiest places I've ever been. Loud
Wow.
music. There was a lad. We were waiting to get our beer. There was flies everywhere.
Wow.
Like it was like there was
Little
like
ones,
like
big
pro-
ones,
like proper
in your
like
drink,
a wrench.
on your drink,
Oh,
on your
awful.
hand.
Wow.
And then there was a lad. We were waiting in the
Stinky.
queue to get a drink, and this lad, I just turned to Shane and I was like, "Smell," and it was like the strongest aftershave I've ever smelt in my life.
Oh,
Have you
thank
ever
God.
licked? Oh.
licked?
Go on.
No, I don't want to say that now.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Have you ever licked? One can only think. It was actually like if you had dabbed, like if you had gotten like pure liquid aftershave and just like dabbed it up your nose and then taken a big inhale. That's what it smells. It's fucking awful.
In what
Or
kind
like
of-
Shane was saying, it's like when have you ever licked?
And leave it to your imagination. Where in the kind of floral notes would it have been? Would it have been a woody? Would it have been very kind
It
of
was
floral?
sharp. It was like
Chemicals.
vinegar.
Sharp
Vinegar.
chemicals.
Yeah. It was like I'd say he got that. It was like Tesco or like Lidl like fragrance. It
Yeah.
was just sharp. Like this is a punch in the face.
he was a perfectly nice looking man. There was no need for him to have that on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was kind of buff, but he smelled like fucking. Oh, it's awful.
Jesus. Sometimes
Anyway,
it's easy to
we
tell
were.
people.
That was when I thought the night was gone. I thought the night was gone.
No, but
then
I
Shane rallied the
persevered.
troops.
I was a bit of a leader a few times over there.
Yeah.
We had boy dinner, where we organised. We all went for dinner as boys,
Yes.
and I made.
So
a
it's like
booking.
regular dinner, but
Yeah.
It's just that it's boys.
Just boys.
It's just that it's boys.
But it's a few bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good. So and I booked a place. I was like, right, I booked a place. Come on, I made a table. I was like a bit of a leader. I was.
You are a leader.
Session
You're the
master
alpha.
over there.
Speaking of which, by the way, me and Killian did. We did this interview thing. with
the
the
examiner.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't ever let us do that again.
Why?
When
What
you're
did
not
you
there.
do?
We were very. I was very serious.
I'll be honest. I didn't read it.
I didn't.
bother.
I read.
Yeah.
I
didn't
read.
bother.
I read the
Yeah,
top
well.
line, and it was something. Some quote
It
from
was.
me.
We don't want. It was like you were little softies going. We don't want to be. No one should be the butt of the joke.
Yeah,
And
I
was like,
wasn't saying that.
Yeah, but also a lot of people are the butt of our joke. We
I
slag a
know.
lot
I
of
said
people.
that's what I was saying. It's like everyone's the butt of the joke. We don't signal anyone out,
Yeah.
And that's anyway. So
Single
just
mothers.
made fun of Jules Holland's a lot there.
just
Yeah.
made fun. Yeah, exactly. See, everyone gets it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I was very serious, and then they said something like they said the interviewer was like, and baby reindeer. It's very kind of like it can be
that is
very
so boring.
It can be very. No, she was very nice. She was great, but just some of the questions, I'm like, I don't know where I can be funny in this. But it's like, baby reindeer, it's like, obviously it's funny, but it can be very serious as well, So, what would you have any kind of experience with that? And I immediately started talking about sexual misconduct. That is not what she was talking about at all. I was
That's
like,
in Baby Reindeer though.
I know it is, but like then she was kind of like, oh no, I didn't really. I was kind of like, I think it used to be a very unsafe place from what I hear. I didn't.
and then
really
I was like
encounter any of
clicking
it.
on trying to mute Tony
Stop,
as much as I
stop,
could. I was
stop,
just like messaging going,
And
please
his
stop.
mic going, his mic's going on and off.
And I was just like,
No.
going, please shut the fuck up. But I accidentally sent it to her.
And then Killian was I was being very serious because all of a sudden I love the sound of my own voice. And then
Yeah.
Killian was being very silly.
And
we
then I
didn't
sounded
have-
like an avoidant person. She's like, and would you ever have like a serious thing? So I'm like, serious? No, we're just silly all the time.
We're silly all the time. And
No,
so-
this is the thing that
Panto.
they're obsessed with. There was all articles about it, like the Fringe is on in the Guardian, like. But the Baby Reindeer impact was like, first of all, the Baby Reindeer show was on Edinburgh like 10 years ago, and they're like, now it's pushed to everyone's dealing with trauma. And it was like, that's been going on for years. It's not news. It's not new. It's not new that comedians talk about a serious thing. They do that for years.
Oh God, yeah.
It's no big deal. And also, whatever.
Yeah.
It's boring.
But anyway, we're not doing. You're going to be you have to be the next.
I will
interview.
be in charge of it from now on.
And we already had said, and they had asked. So I'm sure everyone's wondering, who the leader of the young. And she was thought she'd be, and we were immediately like, Shane,
Yeah.
Shane's the leader. Shane's
She's
the
like,
leader.
and is it? And we were like, it's Shane. Yeah, it's Shane.
Shane's the leader.
Oh, okay. I must read it then.
No
if it's-
comment.
If it's nice about me.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you're always the leader.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a book called Country Fail, Some Cunt's Guide to the Countryside, which is published by Faber, the same people who published Samuel Beckett,
Yes.
James Joyce,
Yes.
Seamus Heaney, Killian Sundermann, of the same stature. It's essentially this video series I did where I just ramble around the countryside.
That changed your life.
And it changed everything. It changed comedy in Ireland. And it's out on the 12th of September.
Woo!
Yeah. And it's really good. The word stocking filler has been used.
Whoa!
What a great stocking filler.
Yeah.
That's
And,
great.
and the little
talking about-
birdie told me that if it sells 10,000 copies, it'll be the best-selling book of all time.
I mean, yeah.
So-
It'll outsell the Bible.
Actually, do you know what? Everyone do buy it.
Everyone
Wouldn't that
just
be so
buy it.
great if Killian became a best-selling author,
Have
number
your
one
guys- have
bestseller?
your- have your
Just
guys'
buy it. It's only a few quid. Like, just
only a
buy
few
it.
quid.
It's actually
like
it's
12
quite
quid or something.
reasonable. It's quite reasonable.
Yeah, just
My
buy
mum
it.
is the only person who's read it so far, outside of like the people who were involved in making it. Said is absolutely amazing. She said it's her favorite book she's ever read. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, I mean, she said it's the best book of all time. She said it was like going for a nice walk or meditating or something like that. That's what my mum says.
Wow.
So that's pretty. Has yours? I sent you guys a copy. Has it arrived?
No.
But I am looking forward to that Emma Doran book.
That Emma Doran,
That
what
is gonna
a
be-
life
well,
she's
no,
had.
but I mean, yeah.
Get that.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting that.
Blah blah blah. Had a kid young. Like, come on. I'm doing art.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's fair enough.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I actually do. I have a copy of Emma's, and I went through it. Actually, it's very funny. So I'm jealous of her book
I haven't
because
got a copy.
they're giving her a memoir, and I'm getting a concept book. But that's fine. That's fine. Mine's very
Anyway,
good. It's
called
really interesting.
Country Fail, Some Guns Guide to the Countryside from Faber Press, and it's available in all good bookshops from the 12th of September. And we're looking forward to that. A lot of people are saying it is a great gift for him, for her, for them this Christmas
Again, the word
time.
stocking
and also
filler
a
has been used.
Halloween style gift. You might think of that as well. And Samhain. And what's that all about?
Nature.
Excellent.
Stocking filler is for Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a while away. You'd want to get it now.
No, get the book now. Let's
Yeah.
get Killian
And
number
send
one
a picture of
best-selling
yourself
author.
with the book, and Killian will get back to you with a personalised comment for every single person that sends a picture.
Yeah,
of the,
do
of
that.
The,
Okay.
And
Okay.
a pic
Why
of
not?
him in his boxers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely think people are going to really like it.
I can't wait.
It's one of
I'm
the
actually gonna read
things
it.
in my life that I'm proud of. So
take me a while.
if you guys bought
I
it, I'd
am going to
appreciate
read
it.
it, not till October though. I'm going to read it, bring it on holidays.
It's
I have to wait till
Okay.
Samhain. I can't open it until my Samhain gift.
you
But
I-
I'm going to,
I'm
you're going to
gonna,
give me one, I'm going to buy one.
It's arriving. Yeah, it should be in the.
Well, I'm going to buy one as
I'm
well.
gonna
I'll
buy
give it to
another
my
one.
brother or something because I want you to be a
support.
number one best-selling author.
Thank you. That would be great. I got it. It arrived to our house. Anna said, "Oh, it's like a toilet book."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" She's like, "It's like a book you might read on the toilet." And I was like, "Oh, well, actually, I put a lot of time and effort into this. Thank you very much."
I don't like that. People
And
have
then,
magazines in the bathroom. Like, that's covered in fecal
I think
matter.
it's the sort of book
Yeah.
that you'd see like Ethan Hawke reading on a train and
Yeah.
Julie Delpy's falling in love with him. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, Killian Sundermann?
Excuse me.
I love his work.
I love his work.
Are you reading the book Country Fail? There's some good guide to the countryside.
Yeah, I just find this cunt so funny. He's a funny cunt.
Then gave it to my mother, and she went, "Well, it's quite small.
Oh.
The women in my life don't support me,
I
so
know.
maybe you guys could
Well, at
support
least
me."
it wasn't your girlfriend saying that's so small.
Oh my God.
Probably said that a few times.
But the font is massive. But anyway, that is Some Cunt's
And the
Guide to the
dick is
Countryside.
tiny.
And the dick is tiny.
So-
available the 12th of September.
Right, we better go. Come on. We
Right,
have to
okay.
Go.
All right.
Thanks so much,
Thank you
everyone,
so much.
for letting us have a break.
Yeah.
It's so good to be back, and I can't wait to do another podcast for you the next time.
Oh fuck!
Jesus Christ, Tony.
Well,
is
maybe
it?
not.
We
It's
gotta
only
go.
bloody-
We've got a Richter scale 7-pointer in the
See you in
studio.
Cork on
we have
Sunday.
Gremlin.
They're attractive. They're very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.